Sure. 2 years ago when I was here for the first time, I was informed that the staff always does something. And something. So we're gonna do something. This is gonna be interesting because it's not really musical as such, but as you know,
neither are we.
Speak for yourself. Sometimes music is not something with pitch. You all hopefully learned some new things this week, and one of the things that I've taught some of you, I hope, is about some conducting. Now some of you may be directors at home, some of you may have directors at home. Hopefully you fit into one of those two categories. I have some colleagues, though, who seem to think the best way to get their ringers to play at the right time is to point to them when it's their turn. And so the staff has found a creative way of disproving this. If the staff, and we're also using our vendors, so Gail and Mel and Christine, if you guys would come up, each of these people has been assigned a word that is their word for the story we're going to share. And as we share the story, my hope is that the message will be clear in more ways than one. Now, this is great for William because he only has one word and he's been having trouble speaking. So we do this and then come over here and then swallow from here and then spread out a little bit because I need some room. Alright. Now, here's the exciting part. We have not rehearsed this at all. By design, I'm going to tell the story and they're going to help do this, but all they know is the word that has been assigned them, so I'm going to see how well this works. Now, who are you all? Okay. Once upon a time, there was a bell choir director named Shirley. Shirley had a group who couldn't read music. They were supposed to
ring
a whole lot of
notes.
I know what I'll do, said Shirley.
But
Yeah.
People. I know what I'll do, said Shirley.
if
The
People have to.
ring
I will simply point to them.
and
the notes.
Will be played at
The
right time. Shirley wanted everyone to have a good time.
but
Some of
the ringers
were unhappy. It's not fair, one of
the ring
cried.
the
Person next to me,
ring
43
notes.
on
The
page,
and
I only get to
ring
6. Are my
notes.
not as important as her?
Notes.
Are? I know you're frustrated, said Shirley.
But
Please know that all of
the notes. Oh.
are equally important.
and
We need everyone to,
Ring
with accuracy,
and
joy. What Shirley really wanted to say to
the ring
was that
if
she had spent half as much time practicing her
notes.
as she did counting them, she would be a much happier person.
But
It was a church.
and
Shirley had to make sure that
the
people were happy because
if
they decided to complain about her, it could mean trouble. Anyway,
the ring
came to
the
tables.
and
Shirley showed them how to hold
the
bells. Just make sure that
if
Just make sure that
if
I point to you, your,
ring
I'm sorry, if I point to you,
ring
your,
notes.
and
don't hesitate.
But
A
ring
interrupted. What's wrong? Shirley asked. What happens?
if
the
Bell is in
the
wrong.
and
in
the,
wrong spot.
If.
That happens, I might never be able to show my face at Starbucks again. Well, Shirley said, I will try to point to
the,
And.
that's holding,
the, note,
that's supposed to.
ring. But,
What?
If.
I can't tell.
If.
You're pointing to my right
And.
or my neighbor's left. What?
If.
We
ring,
two
note,
at
the,
same time,
And.
they sound really bad. Leave that to me, said Shirley. I will be certain to practice extra hard.
If.
Anything goes wrong, it'll all be my fault. Shirley made cardboard cutouts of each of
the, ring,
hers.
And.
Before each rehearsal, she set them up,
And.
practiced
the,
pointing cues.
but,
Soon, Shirley found that
the, ring,
hers didn't respond quite as accurately as
the, the,
cardboard cutouts because in Shirley's mind,
the,
cardboard
ring,
hers always seemed to get it correctly. Even
If.
most of
the,
time they were a little flat. Also, before long,
the,
issue of techniques beyond basic came into play. Maybe I can point down at
the,
same time as pointing to
the, ring,
hers.
If.
They have to,
mark.
she thought. Shirley soon found that she was spending a lot of time trying to figure all this stuff out, which she began to resent.
But,
If.
Take two.
If.
They just learned to read.
note,
It would be helpful, she thought.
but,
I can't make them do that. I'll just keep at it. I can do it.
If.
I just practice my pointing more.
but,
Then,
the, ring,
hers got to a bunch of,
note,
with a lot of technique,
And.
Shirley simply couldn't point accurately enough. Even
If.
the, note,
If.
the, ring,
hers were watching her,
And.
were ready to play.
the, note,
No, 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 cried Shirley. It goes.
ring,
Mark, Mark,
ring,
Mark, Mark,
ring,
Mark,
ring,
Mark,
ring,
Mark,
but,
That's not
the,
pattern of
note,
that you're playing. You're playing.
ring,
Mark,
ring, ring,
Mark.
ring,
Everything is backwards. So,
the, ring,
Urs kept working at it with Shirley pointing like a crazy person. She even resorted to bribery.
If.
You watch me, I'll
ring,
some good eat next week to rehearsal, she said.
but, the,
Plan was pretty iffy. Nothing really worked. Even though she said that
the,
sole responsibility was hers, Shirley didn't think
the, ring,
hers were working hard enough. In fact, she was starting to feel like she was
the, but,
of a colossal joke. So she quit. Maybe leaving is
the,
Smart.
thing to do, she said.
If.
the, ring,
Hers were sad.
but,
Rather than
ring,
their
And.
about it, they decided to continue on,
And.
practice harder. They had lost their pointer though, so they had to learn to count. No,
But. If.
so they had to learn to count. No,
If. And.
or
but,
about it. Time passed.
And.
the, ring,
Hers got much better. We should call Shirley,
And.
see
If.
participation part, is that it? She'd be willing to come back, they said. What they didn't know was that after Barb had left, after Shirley had left, I get my turn to mess up too. After Shirley had left church, she decided to take classes to learn how to conduct, rather than sit around playing
Mark.
She also took up baking,
And?
had gotten quite good at master confections. When she heard phone, Shirley was in middle of sampling some new treats she had made. It was a Paula Deen recipe. So they had lots. So they had lots
And?
and
And?
it was a Paula Deen recipe, so they had lots,
And?
lots,
And?
lots,
And?
lots,
And?
lots of tur in them. Well, I'd be willing to consider returning, Shirley said, taking a bite of a peanut tur cookie.
And?
Making a
Note.
that she made this recipe again, the dry ingredients could use a little more sting. She went on. She went on.
But.
And?
This is a big.
But.
She went on.
But.
And?
This is a big.
But.
It's important that you know I don't point anymore. You'll have to learn to follow my conducting. We have tried some new things too.
And?
I know that I speak for all of us when I say that we will be open to your mentor. Came response. So Shirley returned. They enjoyed playing together, making music, being in fellowship. Everything was nice. Shirley doesn't point anymore. Everyone's been sold on counting with Shirley's conducting instead of dealing with a pointing director.
But.
If?
Note. Ring.
And?
Mark.
Surely, she'll not be happy. I think we should have